conversation numerous times on this channel, but I'm going to do it again because of what just happened yesterday. So yesterday I'm out surfing, and I'm actually doing halfway decent. And so this last wave I took in, it was the longest of the day. Actually, I was only probably out for like 45 minutes, but it was probably like the longest wave I've caught, probably so far this year, right? And just feeling pretty good. And I go and jump off the board, and I'm thinking I'm in like 3 feet of water, maybe two. And but no, I'm in like less than a foot, right? So what ended up happening is I jump off the board, and the way I landed, because I was kind of getting ready to land in like 2 3 feet of water, I fucked up my ankle. So I as soon as I landed, it hurt, and then I felt like a crack. So I went to the urgent care, and it's probably just a sprain. But I'm still in the same situation. Whereas if I was still installing what I sell, like what would happen to the business, right? Or not even just that, but look at like every area of the business, right? So, like, what would happen if I still had to go out to do the quotes? What happens if I would have to go install? What would happen if I would have to go and pick up materials and stuff like that? And if everything was left up to me, like the answer is the business would pretty much be at a standstill. Like nothing would happen. So before I would talk about like you can't install what you sell, like you can't run a business like that and everything else. And I'm realizing one, I at the end of the day, like I probably know about half a percent of like what I actually need to know, and then everyone else's situations and stuff like that. So maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not that the answer is you cannot install what you sell, but maybe the answer is more of, asking yourself, like, what would happen if I got injured tomorrow and I wasn't able to, install what I would sell? I'm not able to go out for estimates, like whatever that is, right? And then coming up with a plan to alleviate those issues, right? So is that something where you can start if you don't have a sub network to kind of rely on? In sub network, I mean basically a group of subcontractors, one, two, three different subcontractors. They reach out to and it's like, hey, if I have some, extra work, is that something that you're going to be able to, can you pick up any additional work, right? And like for me, the one sub that we have, and like not every sub's going to be this way, but the one sub I have, we have. Oh, there's a deer. We have a really good relationship, and like what ends up happening is we try to help each other out. So if he's going on, it just happened, and kind of got screwed up. But if he goes on vacation, like we'll kind of try and help and organize his business so that way it's not falling apart like when he comes back. Now, this was the first time we went on vacation and there was a bunch of issues, not because of us, but because of like guys were doing. So, but that's besides the point. But at least for me, I know, well, because we use subs anyway, that I can reach out to several of them and say, yo, I got injured. Can you help me out on Tuesday, right? Or send out a group message to like, two, three different subs and say, hey, I'm out, or I'm screwed up right now. Can someone help me out, right? Like, I think we have to have that kind of fallback plan, right? And it's the same thing for going out to estimates, because if you're not able to go out to estimates, then you can't do that. But then on the flip side, the one thing you can be prepared with is being able to not go out to these job sites in order to give estimates, right? A lot of people are still stuck up on that they have to go out to the estimates to get the most accurate price and whatever else. But yeah, that's probably true, to give the most accurate price. But there is no reason why in this day and age, especially if you've been doing your business for any length of time, there's no reason why you can't discuss this project for a few minutes, and maybe, if depending on the type of business you're in, like maybe you need pictures and videos and like that kind of thing. But if you had them, and these are where you got to ask your question, like, how can I give? Not like, can I give? Because that's gonna like you're on like so you're not going to say, "Can I give accurate prices over the phone?" Like you're not going to ask yourself that, because, especially if your mindset's off, your brain is going to tell you no, right? So instead, you got to change that question around of how can I give accurate or pretty accurate quotes over the phone? What would I need in order to give pretty accurate quotes over the phone or email or text or whatever you want to do, right? And because we got to look at every area of the business, right? So again, the way I talk about it like I try to simplify things as much as humanly possible, but there's four areas of business that you need to worry about, right? So like if you're injured and are any of these four areas going to stop, right? So number one is getting leads. So how are you getting phone calls, right? So if you are getting them through like Google ads, Facebook ads, word of mouth, like something like that, then you probably don't have to worry about it. But if your business relies on flyers, right? Every day you go out and you put out 300 flyers and that's how you get your work, well, you're probably going to be screwed if you get injured, right? So the next step is selling the job. So same thing, like what happens to your business if you get injured? And what if you, like, for me, it's an ankle injury, right? So I just can't really, can I walk around? Yeah, for a little bit, but can I work for the full day? No, no way, no. So, but we also sell most everything over the phone. So for you, how can you sell the jobs if you're injured? And right now, if you're going out and you're injured and the point where you can't get out of bed, or think about COVID and like you got to quarantine for a week or 2 weeks or like whatever they're deciding. What can you do there, right? And then the third thing is producing the job. So if you're still installing what you sell, like I said, you might want to build up like the sub network, so that way you can, you know, still be able to produce the jobs, right? And the fourth thing is really just knowing your numbers. So at this point, what happens if, and this knowing your numbers is paying the bills and all that kind of stuff. So at this point, and I'm kind of in the same boat with this situation. Like if I got really hurt, injured, or away from the business for any length of time, no one besides me really does that stuff within the business, right? So what would happen, like if I'm out of commission for 2 weeks and like just say I'm knocked unconscious, I don't know, I'm in a coma, like what's going to happen to the business? Well, the bills aren't going to get paid and stuff like that. So now thinking about this, it's really, I need to get a better system in place, or the video is just which I've talked about numerous times. So again, where God forbid something happens to you. So there's that. And of course there is, I haven't looked into it yet, but apparently there is like insurance plans for in case you do get injured or something like that. So it kind of covers your business. I have not looked into that at this point just because I do not run the business myself. My wife is really the one that does that. So, anyway, hope this helps. If it does, great. Hit like, subscribe, all that kind of crap. If not, let me know like what you think. So, if there's anything else going on, I'll do another video. Oh, the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm heading to Best Buy now because I'm getting freaking like one of those electric scooters because I fucked up my ankle. So now we're down the shore for the summer. So now I can't even like go to the boardwalk or anything else without it. So that's where I'm heading now. So if I think of anything on the way back, I'll probably do another video. So anyway, hope you guys have an awesome 4th of July weekend, and I'll probably end up talking to you about it now. Yeah.